Today I will be broadcasting the first episode of the Art Detective series, The Modern Calligrapher's Master Yu You Ren. When I started researching the collection of Chinese paintings at the San Diego Museum of Art in October 2013, the first name I wrote down was Yu You Ren, a calligraphy as the birthday gift to Ambassador Drumright. Here is the pair of calligraphy and the name of Yu You Ren. This couplet was like a key to unlock a treasure trove of art, leading me into a 10-year career as an art detective. I found that out of the 42 landscape paintings, the couple who donated the most, 11 paintings, was Ambassador and Mrs. Everett F. Drumright. The pink squares show they are the donor. Among 11 of them are paintings except one is a calligraphy, written by Yu You Ren. Next, I began to study how many paintings the Drumright couple had donated in total. In October 2015, I authored an article about my findings and published it in We Chinese in America magazine. Later, Yu You Ren's calligraphy and my research summary table both show in the article. From a flower painting with inscriptions, I noticed it was a collaborated work made by 6 artists at the National Museum of History of the Republic of China. I then called the museum. Although the staff told me that there was no record, they provided me the name of Lu Binbin, who is the daughter of artist Lu Yantao. Lu Binbin not only told me many anecdotes about the painters of the time, but also gave me 2 important books, namely the artists and their works of the Seven Friends Painting Society. I found in this book a photo of Mrs. Drumright and 6 artist friends when visiting the exhibition of the Seven Friends Painting Society. Thus, the photo confirms that they had been friends then. Thanks to the artist Ma Shuhua's son, Chief Justice Ma Han Bao, 1926–2022, for providing this photo. At the same time, the book also shows a photo of Mr. Yu You Ren and his 6 friends, and the other photo of Mr. and Mrs. Chang Dai Chien and 4 friends. On April 29, 2016, on the exhibition of a brush and ink Chinese paintings from the San Diego Museum of Art selected by Pan Gongkai. Pan is the former director of the Central Academy of Fine Arts in Beijing. I saw at once a lotus flower which shows it's grand and magnificent, made by artist Chang Dai Chien and donated by the couple of Ambassador Drumright. In 1999, a book published by Ms. Sung Yu translated the inscription on this lotus painting into English, but not in Chinese. Therefore, I translate the poem in Chinese, because Chang Dai Chien wrote in the cursive style scripts, most Chinese nowadays may not understand them. The meaning of the poem is, the bright moon once called the white jade plate, it shines passionately over the jade balustrade, the west wind penetrating overnight, blows with fragrance. One wearing the silk clothes at the water pavilion would feel chilly. Chang Dai Chien painted it in October 1958 and presented it to the Drumright in 1959. Later, the Ambassador Drumright couple donated it to the San Diego Museum of Art on December 27, 1986. After the exhibition, I also saw a photo in a newspaper which shows Ambassador and Mrs. Drumright and the poets Zheng Chouyu, Hu Shi, and Yu Guangzhong, among others. The lotus flower painting, hanging on the central wall of their banquet hall, was the same lotus flower by Chang Dai Chien as presented in the exhibition. On August 21, 2016, I published my experience in the World Journal newspaper weekly issue. Yu You Ren's calligraphy and Chang Dai Chien's lotus flower both presented. From 2017 to 2019, my husband and I started researching the Buddhist Cave Art in Mainland China. We visited a total of 12 caves in 4 trips. In the Dunhuang Grottoes in the northwest of China, thousands of miles away from San Diego, USA, there was a surprise encounter. It reminds me of the history of Chang Dai Chien passing through Lanzhou and then along the Huxi corridor from Chengdu to Dunhuang in May 1941. He had copied murals for a total of 2 years and 7 months. It was windy and sandy, and the environment was very harsh, and we were there for only 3 days, because the weather was so dry that our lips cracked and bleeding. When finished viewing Mogao Grottoes, we walked out of the exit in front of the North Statue. In addition to seeing the colorful foliage, we also saw a history exhibition hall of the National Dunhuang Art Research Institute. This left photo shows its side view and the right photo shows its main entrance. After entering, we saw a photo with Chang Dai Chien and Yu You Ren. It records the autumn of 1941, some say Mid-Autumn Festival. Yu You Ren, president of the Control Yuan of the national government, accompanied by Mr. Cao Yihan, one of the committee members of the Control Yuan, who was responsible for the Heshi corridor area including 5 provinces of Shaanxi, Gansu, Ningxia, Qinghai, Xinjiang. I once read a message mentioning that Chang Dai Chien had led Yu You Ren to observe the grottos and made recommendations to Yu You Ren. Therefore, it is recorded here that after visiting Dunhuang Grottoes, Yu You Ren proposed to the national government, not only to include the Dunhuang area into the nation's property but also to establish the Art Research Institute of Dunhuang to manage, protect and conserve these grottos as well as to research and to promote Dunhuang's cultural relics and arts. Under the call of Yu You Ren and the support from different communities, the Education Department of National Government in 1944 appointed Chang Shuhong, an oil painter who returned from France, as the first director to establish the National Art Research Institute of Dunhuang. He also recruited more painters and scholars. Under extremely difficult conditions, they embarked on a long and arduous road of protecting the cultural relics and of researching the art in Dunhuang Grottoes. Therefore, Chang Dai Chien's and Yu You Ren's contributions are great. After Yu You Ren's visit, he wrote Dunhuang Chronicle poems. One of them recorded here. It has been a long time, means 33 years, since Sisher and Bosher visited Dunhuang. The East Grottoes and the West Grottoes both still feel sad. Dunhuangology is already well known to the world. Do Chinese scholars know or not? Sisher means Sir Mark Orelstein, a Hungarian-British archaeologist, and Bosher means Paul Eugene Pelliot, a French sinologist. Now let us turn our eyes back to the San Diego Museum of Art. This is Yu You Ren's pair of calligraphy. As you can see, Yu's large character calligraphy is an extraordinarily long scroll. Finally, thanks to Diane McLaughlin, a niece of Mrs. Florence Drumright, provided a precious photo. Owing to their careful preservation and generous donations of Ambassador and Mrs. Drumright to the San Diego Museum of Art, the works of these two good friends, Yu You Ren and Chang Dai Chien, present their brilliance to the world again after 66 years. Next, I will continue to introduce Yu You Ren. Stay tuned.